Well, it's Wednesday, and yesterday I talked, Tuesday I guess it is. You can see the little ribbon around the tree. There's a Amish guy that's gonna come cut the trees that are dead or dying. Hopefully that ash tree's down there. But anyhow, he said he's gonna clean everything up. So I'm like, oh, then maybe this stuff I didn't think I needed to move needed to be moved. So we moved it. So this piece, she's gonna need some trimming, but I'm thinking bowl. So just kind of cutting that off and trimming it up square and making a bowl out of it, like a big bowl, like a 12-inch bowl. But not this week. Then this piece here, I'm thinking cutting it off right in the middle, enhance out, de-enhance. Yeah, that's it. And putting a hole here and a hole here, maybe a hole here, and cutting this flat. Then taking that log there and cutting into 4 pieces. Then putting it in the lathe and making some 1.5-inch tenons. And then the tenons go in the hole and making that as a step stool for when you're putting on your boots for our cabin down south. So I don't want to make it that big. That's like 6 feet, but maybe just like 3 feet, just enough to fit that on there, whatever that is. Can't see it. So yeah, that's what we just dragged across the street. Got these out of the trash, but on closer inspection, they're pretty beat, as you can tell from the enhance. So I think that's just going to become firewall and maybe some wooden balls, because who doesn't need some wooden balls? So I was thinking I'd start on this project back up again, but 2 things happened. One is the 65, 70 degree weather went away, and it snowed yesterday. And I kind of forgot what I was doing. I had a plan all worked out in my head. And well, that was 4 months ago. My head's all flushed out. But also, ironically, in the wind last weekend, not when there was 2 feet of snow up there, but this weekend, she blew off at some point. So I've got more rubber. I've been thinking about rearranging this a little bit, but yeah, I need to figure that out before I put the roofing up, the decking on there. So that's the state of the affairs. Also managed to pick up a UTI/kidney infection that is definitely hurting. And there's some ribbons on the trees over there. I don't know why. Maybe they're gonna cut them. Probably because they'd fall in a freaking house. Yeah, tree house. Most of the trees in this whole area in 1970 didn't exist except for on the property line, these big ones right here, which are oaks, and they're still good shit. There's a really big oak over there. I think that's a hickory dock. I don't know. But the little ones all grew up in the 70s and 80s and 90s. But as they're ash, they're dying. Also, there's a water issue here between my house and her house and the garage, and the lack of a school, which actually diverted some of the water flow. So yeah, then I hope that's what they're doing. I see some more even farther over there. De-enhance farther, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, way over there. So that's interesting. So today I stopped at the trash bin at work and found all this stuff. So all these are pretty good rags that just need to be washed. They're wet right now. I'm gonna let them dry out, but they just got some towel goo on them. It'll last me a year. This is a special sponge for doing grout. Brand new in the packaging. So we'll let that dry out. But yeah. So 2 more Craftsman wrenches, an Armstrong, HDX, which is Home Depot, 2 15s, a quarter, 2 ratchet drivers. Now all these are rusted, but I cleaned them up. This is nice, slip joint, pliers. This will donate. This is a Metrich. It goes both ways, I guess. T15, pretty good shape. Nice adjustable wrench, and another polished Craftsman. Then I found this, and now I know what these are. These are ratchets. So I dug out the other ratchets and then freed them up. So they were all stuck. So I put some WD-40 on them. Then I took the appropriate size nut, put it in the old vise, clampinated her down, and freed it up by going the opposite direction so that it would freewheel. Then I've been soaking them. So yeah, this is a nice little set. I didn't ever get around to Googling what these were, but yeah, they're ratchet wrenches. This is for screen inserts. You know, this is in pretty good shape. It's a basic pipe cutter. And this is just a shitty. Is this a shitty one? It's a Stanley Professional. It's not bad. So yeah, I'm gonna put this with over there. I got a full set now of those, and got this. It's weird. So yeah, I don't know why they throw this stuff out. I mean, a Craftsman, you can take this literally to Lowe's and get a brand new one. The bar's set pretty low on that. So let's get that out of the way. Put these right there. So I don't know which ones I got before. These are easy to pick because these are really set, so I could drag them out. But I shoved them all in the drawer. The drawer needs a little more organization, but those are the inch ones. So that goes in the drawer. You got the metric ones, a little better sorted. I got some hanging ones. These are the short ratchety ones and the long ratchety ones. And yeah, so I got those separated. Then I got the other set here. These are the portables. I got a full set of metric, and maybe with those I can fill this out. I don't know. So these have been finding really handy. These are Makita, but I love the container. So I got this recently, the 1/4 inch. But yeah, so then we're gonna do an unboxing here. So I was told that Olivia wanted some electric battery power tools. Get rid of this. And, so I've been looking. There was a nice set for about $100. It wasn't. I'm not going to spend $500 for Milwaukee set for her. Sorry. I like her a lot. Kind of love her, but not that much. So I went to Lowe's right after Christmas, the New Year, and yeah, they had this. Metabo is Hitachi. And she's a full set. I mean, these are not cheap tools. This is normally like a $500 set that was on sale for $200 on closeout. So it's got a back and forth saw, a hammer saw, hammer drill, regular drill. Maybe that's an impact hammer, and then a light, and a big full-size saw. It's got two 36-volt batteries and a charger and a bag. So she's moving in a little bit, and she lives in an apartment, doesn't have any room. So I'm going to take this out in a few minutes and then make sure the things work. But then put them in the bag, then put them in her old bedroom. Because she's got plenty of space in her old bedroom. It's her old bedroom. I don't need bedroom. Okay, well, right away, that is a big bag. You could probably fit a baby in there, maybe a small dog, maybe a couple dogs. Metabo. So, yeah, that'll work. Pop that over here. Let's see what else we got here. We'll go in the zoom out mode. Looks like we got some specials. There's a lot of cardboard here. That would be a light. Yeah. Okay. Well, put that in the bag. Odd that came packaged separately. All this stuff's kind of wet-ish, dampish. Not wettish, dampish. Because it's been sitting in the garage, and then it was like warm and hot, and cold, and warm, and then wet, and it's just been up and down. It was 70 degrees last weekend. Ooh, a manual. Look at that. Okay. Clearly, we're never going to get this back in the box if we needed to. So, saw, and let's see. I think the saw takes a big battery. She's got she's nice. So everything looks to be there you need. This is aluminum, which is good. Tends to be sturdier and it's thicker than steel. Steel tends to rust, but it's got a power thingy. So, whoops. This looks optional. Okay. So there should be some batteries. We're gonna find some. Ooh, there we go. Now we found some batteries. So we got the old charger later. And as the box promised, 2 batteries. What is all this plastic stuff? We don't need that. So we'll go ahead and I want to make sure this works because it's been sitting, and just need to plug her in and make sure she works. So in the old plug thing. Oh, that's the one that doesn't work. Note to self, that one doesn't work. Well, we got electricity. So we'll just, this is really exciting, sorry. But things have got to get done. This is one of those. So apparently the batteries, you can drop them and they won't break. There's the, yep, not broken. So that's been impact tested. That's good. So this just kind of like slides on there. Oh yeah, things are fun. Ooh, I like that blue. Damn. Mine's red. Got mine up there. I don't have blue. Check that out. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so we're gonna let that charge. It's chargulating. We got the other battery. Let's see, this battery has a I'm not empty button, so that's good. So we can actually just shoot this right into the saw here and make sure the saw makes noise. It's got a blade, good. Switch hands. This I think we just shove in the back. Yep. And yeah, that seems to do what it needs to do, so that's good. What else do we got in here? I'm gonna predict. I'm gonna make me a prediction that this is the Sawzall of all. Oh yeah, yeah. She's green and mean. Metabo. Battery goes in there. That looks standard. Instructions. Yeah. Ooh. Here says a blade. Not only a blade, a curved blade. That's aggressive. We'll leave that out. We'll just put that with the other manual here. Put that in there. So yeah. Stay. So she's got the hook. So you just flip this guy out and you hook it on a rafter in case you're doing framing. And she's got the Go battery. She's got a lock. You can kind of go one-handed, and we'll slap the battery in there. It also looks like it's got a quick release, which is nice. You're not using an Allen key like the original ones. Okay, so yeah, she's got slow start. Things are happening. Things are happening. So we'll go open the next box and get out the drills. Okay, well, I put the battery in, and this is cute. So the first one makes it like a handheld flashlight. And with that big battery, it should last a long time. And there's this cute little hook on here that actually has a chain. So that's kind of neat. Little stainless steel thing. Now, then if we hit the button on the side here, I think that's the power button. We got the super light. Then this flips around so she can articulate, and then she rotates too. So, and it's bright, as you can see. We'll turn the light off here. And no light, some light. No light, some light. Well, I got that opposite. Then you can make it less bright or off. So, little light. Whoops. Which is right there. Or big light right there. Or half light. So that's kind of cool. So next we get out the drill. Okay, so here's the drill. It's got a serious side hook on the side here. It's covered in a nice grip. Obviously it's got the left, right, go juice. It's got the speed select at the top, and then it's got the standard, I want to hammer, I want to drill, I want to drive. And she's got pretty sizable metal chuck on her. This is not to be trifled with. So yeah, I like that chuck. And it's got lots of knurling, so it's a little, well, I can't really compare it to this. Well, this one's a little lighter, a little smaller, but you're drilling here. You're just drilling. Very nice trigger. Like that. She's sharp looking. So that's that one. And then of course the batteries have I got some power, and I like the light from the bottom. Milwaukee does it from here, but sometimes the light from the bottom just really gets in there good. If we turn the light off here, I'm going to do a demo. Make it kind of dark here, but yeah, see? No light. So, and then if we use the old Milwaukee, yeah, she's got a little light. I guess it's not that bad, but anyhow, it is what it is. So, that is the hammer drill driver. And, the battery is a little sticky, so I was able to get it out with one hand into the bag, little boy. And now let's check this bad boy out. So she's small too, and I guess that's a better comparison here, because these are both impact drivers. And we got a handle, and we got the standard hooky thing. There's buttons on the side here. I don't know what they do. I haven't really, there's instructions. I haven't really read them. So I think we get the juice. Oh, she's got lights, and we got the blue ones again. I assume this is like, give me all the torque, give me some power, but not no speed, but not torque. I don't know. And then slow, fast power. I don't know. It's probably instructions. And then we got the meter reader here, and I don't know what this does. I guess you can turn the light. Oh, don't know why, but you can turn the light on and off. So, and she's got the triple hammer. I thought about this. So there's probably 3 hammers in there. Yeah, seems pretty good. And it's got the smooth start. She doesn't just go like bam, 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 bam. This is just says a little bit of a lot. This one says, you know what? I'm going to start up and take my time here. I kind of like that. So yeah, so far, pretty excited. I think I like the unboxing a lot, and I like the soft rubberized stuff here. This helps a lot, and having that cover up there is good. My newer one here, this one has that. This is a Surge. It's fluid based. I have the old style that goes da-da-da-da-da. This is quiet. So we're going to go ahead and finish chargulating the batteries. Everything seems to work. I wanted again to test this before Olivia got it. This makes noise. And it looks like it's got a USB thing on it. I don't know what that means. Oh, yep, she can charge her USB. It's multifaceted. So we'll turn that off because we're not charging with that. But I'd rather have a little loud with the fan than not loud with the fan, because that means that it's going to stay cool. Whereas mine are they just get hot. There's no cooling on that, per se. Okay, well, there you go. Pretty excited. And for $200, you can't go wrong. Where you going, George? Now she's gonna move over there. What you got there, Georgie? You got your meat? You got your food? She shakes a lot. So it's probably a good thing I drove the van today. So not even leaving the village, I come upon a pile of garbage that I spotted the night before, and this is rock salt. Obviously, you can go buy rock salt, but why throw it out? There's some green piss still left in here. This box here is full of 45s. So we'll go through that. What I don't use, I'll donate. This box here is full of Life magazines. There's some old ones here. That's 1945. there's a whole mess of them. Journey to the Moon. If you don't want them, great. Why throw them out? 1982, good year. No, 84. So, yeah, that one's got a Nazi on it, so that should be interesting reading. I read a lot about the Nazis lately. Then a big box of records. Most of them are children's records, but here's one by Lenny Bruce. It's not a brain. Looking like he's cooking poop. So this should be interesting. Walt Disney, Puff Puff the Magic Dragon, a classic. How to make a do-it-yourself dragon. I didn't know that. Joan Baez. There's another one in there somewhere. Then this is kind of cool. Clean Orchestra, sponsored by Ohio, Standard Oil of Ohio, which became BP, which then became Amoco. This is Sesame Street, etc. So again, what I don't use, I'll donate. Ooh, Playtime with Pete Seeger. Yeah, that one looks interesting. Marilyn Schroeder, another Joan Baez. So my kids will like those. So yeah, this is just shit pops out at me, I guess. Well, today I found in the trash a bunch of Life magazines. The oldest one is 1938, which is kind of old, or 37. A whole bunch of 1940, 45 throughout the war. Then 48, 50. Then we go into the JFK era. So when he died in the post, ignore this one. Nixon, Landside, 72. LBJ, Johnson, 63. JFK. Well, this is going back to 62, before he died, Newsweek. Then 1960, when he was elected. This thing's just freaking hilarious. It's a JFK coloring book. I think it's inspiration, Robert Nixon. This is my daddy. This is from Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s perspective. That's his mommy. That's the house he lives in. That's his uncle. See how young he is. He'll be dead by the end of the decade. The chair he sat in. His aunt. His brother. It just kind of goes on. It's got Sinatra in there. Lyndon. Lady that was married Roosevelt. Don't know who that is. I should know. Khrushchev. No. Yeah, with Khrushchev with a little Castro. Nice. A yacht. So, yeah, that's kind of cool. Then, of course, 63. Look back at JFK. Romney. I forgot that Papa Romney ran against LBJ at one point for the primary. President resigns. Remember that? This is 84, 85. Then over here, we have the 60s. So here's one from the week after your mother was born. So that should be interesting. Maybe she'll like that. I don't know. I just don't know. Jack and I share a bedroom closet. He's quite happy with himself. He does not like, however, tickles on the belly. We've been training for tickles on the belly. He knows I'm trying to go for the belly. Okay, well, went up the attic today and got the Magnapan boxes out. So my big flat panel speakers, and they're downstairs loaded up. I checked the website. They still aren't doing repairs on those. I did remove the old one that I had before. I'm going to take a look at those. Meanwhile, I got my F15, so I grabbed some 3/4 inch press board and cut it in half. So this is 1/2. Then I drilled a hole where I wanted in the center. And I used a really old tool took the bottom off, stuck it in the hole, and spun this around and traced it, and then took my jigsaw and cut around there as carefully as I could. Now I'm going to take the old router and I'm going to do a round over bit. So this part of the bit is going to ride in the inside, and this is going to just chamfer it. So this is the outside. I think it's the outside. Well, I don't understand. Yeah, that's the outside. I'm not sure why. Is it the outside? I don't know. This side was prettier. I decided this is prettier. I don't know why. Anyhow, hopefully this is just a prototype, although prototypes can last like 15, 20 years. So the goal is that will sit on the inside here, and then I'll screw it in, and then I may raise it up, but I think I'm going to put, imagine it's vertical. And hands out. Vertical. Imagine a 2x4 along here and a 2x4, and then some sort of angled thing on the floor. I haven't quite figured it out yet, so don't tell anybody. I did yesterday and Friday breakdown and started staining on this. I sanded it down, used my new sander. She's a Festool. She worked pretty well. I don't have a vacuum. I need to go downstairs and get the vacuum and suck a lid on it. But yeah, I did downsize some boxes. There are things up there that I'm never gonna need this box, the thermostat box. I don't know why I kept it. I just have a habit of just keeping the boxes, and they're in the way. So I downsized a whole bunch of boxes through some recycling, and yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We did get a whole bunch of Festool 9-hole sander discs. So I've got everything from 80 grit, no, I think it's 50 grit to 80 to 100 to 120, 180, 200, and 320. So I got boxes of grit. I also got these screens. These are supposed to work really well. This is a 120, and because it's like Velcro that's sharp, the vacuum, when I get around to it, should work well. So I did get this fine saw yesterday for $8. That's another discussion for another day. So we'll go ahead and round that out, and figure out how we're gonna mount these, and then I can use this as a template, so I can just plop this where I want it. Now, this is supposed to be offset. It's not supposed to be in the middle. The golden rule, 357 or 658 or 8675309. I don't know what the number is, but it's not supposed to be square. And I do think that it's going to be upright. I want the speakers up a bit, but not a lot. So let's. I think that rounding this over will also make any of the questionables look a little better. That's a questionable. Well, there she is, the first one. She's a little higher than I probably need, but so that's not a problem because I can reduce the height. I can increase the height, make it shorter, not taller. So we'll I think I'll go ahead and mount the speaker in there, then build the second one. No, I'll get this out of the way, and then because I'm going to use this as a prototype. So I got two of these. There's the one there. Then I just need to find two of these. These are 10-degree angle. Got that measure. So yeah, this is this far in. So right there. Yeah. I think the only thing I want to do is make sure the other one's kind of centered like this. So I'll probably put the piece of wood here, just trace it. That should. I'll put the piece of wood on the front, just trace it, and that'll be done. Yeah. So I did lightly sand this, got rid of some of the marking, and probably sand a little more, just kind of get rid of that, and just maybe guns, whatever color that is, and just put a little poly on it, a little satin. So it's getting there. Okay, there they are. They look similar, I think, and in the same angle, 10 degrees. So I just hit it lightly with the sander just to get like the cobwebs off. This is wood from the house, so this is 1897, 98 wood, if not older. So she's pretty rigid. This is 1.25 inch particle board and sheathing. And this is at least 3/4. It's not an inch. So next up, mount the woofers. I'm not gonna finish them now because I want to, and I want to try them, but I may lower these. They are a little high. This is about 16 inches, so they're about 2.5 feet up. So I don't know how they're gonna sound. And I got them tilted up there, so they just may need to come down a little bit, which at that point, I'm gonna have to cut, well, I don't have to, but I wanna cut the tops off. And I think once I'm happy with the design, I'm gonna put a piece across here in the top and just gotta, make it a little sturdier. Perfect place for a cement block. So overall, I'm pretty happy for 4 hours of work. I've been procrastinating this for several weeks. Okay, so they're installed. They're all pretty. I have a CD in there. I have yet to actually turn them on. I can move that. Ow. I just trip over dog stairs. Yeah, we're gonna hit play. See what they sound like. Sitting down, they are a little high. I think they're pointed up a little too high. Probably need to come down about 2 inches, but because if I stand up, they're not directional, but if I go down about 3 inches. But anyhow, so yeah, give me a moment. Okay, get rid of the box. Yeah, let's bring the volume way down. And hit play. I'm told these are going to need about 100 hours of time to break in. We'll find out. Well, they work. Okay. So, they had the sound stage of the Maggies, which are big flat speakers, meaning the sound you hear, the image you feel and see is large. Should be large. They're large speakers. The BMW 601s, which are about $600 piece speakers, sounded like a box. These do not sound like a box. There's no back reflection. These are open baffle speakers, meaning there's no box. It's just this. Now I did curve this with the router, hopefully so there's no reflections coming off of the speaker. They go loud. They go really loud. I did, however, tweak for the subwoofers to kick in at 120 hertz, because I believe I could hear these bottoming out. They are not subwoofers. They're not your traditional woofer. They're full range, so they're not going to go really deep, even though they're really big. But they're very, very dynamic, so you can go really freaking loud with them. So one thing you couldn't do with the Maggies is go loud, period. They were not loud speakers. Despite having 600 watts per channel, this beast of a Rotel receiver. They're also very easy to drive. This thing has not clipped once. The speakers have bottomed out. I have been enjoying playing them for the last hour or so on my Raspberry Pi versus my Modi shit Modi, and that's my power supply. Need to turn it down just a little bit. I have not run Odyssey on them yet, but I'm so far very happy. I did end up putting a small 2-inch 2x4 kind of piece underneath so that they're angled a little more appropriate. Enhance. So also they make them more stable because now we got the weight on the front, we got the weight on the back, not the whole plate. Of course, I got a 25-pound weight, verified, on each of these. I did move them in a little bit because they are kind of big, and they're slightly towed in. They got plenty of room to breathe back here. They're pretty. This actually doesn't move. And it's all paper. So, yeah. So we're going to play them a couple weeks and see if we like them. Now, the interesting thing is, I do not like that center speaker from BMW. The Maggies were making noise. They were rattling. I took them apart today. And they're super simple speakers. So there's your speaker. It's one big piece of mylar. It's curved, which is really cool because then you got sound coming in a huge range. They're just the wires. Now over here, this wire here is loose, and I think that's where my rattling is. So I got to dig up my glue and just glue it down. But all those are little wires, and there's a magnet on the other side. No crossover, just good to go. Power goes in there. So this is actually acoustically transparent. So we're probably going to end up putting this back together after I glue it. However, these speakers took 2 months to come in, and they sent me a set of similar speakers that are 6 inches. And as I was listening to these, I realized I could do an open baffle 6-inch, so woofer or driver and a driver, and put them about a foot apart and just make a board down there, angle it, and bam. I got a center speaker that matches these. It's open baffle and should give me plenty of oomph. So I'm going to leave my Maggies in the back. I'm going to leave all the other speakers. So I got a Maggie there, Maggie there, Maggie there. So yeah, so in the short term, we'll fix that back up, put it down here, get rid of that BMW, and we're good to go. So far I'm happy. These were $300 plus shipping, which was $80 from China. So, and then the wood was, of course, free because it was from the house rebuild and the physical house from 1898. So, in the spirit of silliness, and they do this crap on the YouTube all the time, I'm going to play my speakers and record it as a YouTube segment because you can clearly tell the sound quality from the YouTube channel. That probably tells you absolutely nothing other than the speakers play music. Great.